Happy Monday morning talk show. I want to do a update and then talk about some other things. And of course, you never know what comes out of my mind, out of Material Mom's mind, because I have a lot of material to share with you. Some of it you might not care about. Okay, I got to remember to talk loud enough because sometimes I don't think my microphone there is working. The farther away I get, the lower it is. And then the farther... No, I'm tricking you. Okay. I did some studying because I didn't know the truth. And so I know people commented probably. I haven't read it yet. But I bought that bracelet that had the eye on it, an eyeball. It was a cheap crap fake eyeball. It's not like a real looking eyeball. And I wondered, what does that mean? Because I don't want to wear anything satanic or something horrible. So always look up if you don't know what a symbol means. So I looked it up. Designed to protect the wearer from evil. So it kind of has the opposite effect of what I thought. It wards off the evil that has been directed to them. It provides the wearer with both power and protection against evil spirits or bad luck. All right, I got a confession. I don't believe in any of that crap. To me, it's that I could draw an eye on a piece of paper and then hold it up. And it's not going to have any more power than if you buy this little symbol. It's not going to protect you from anything. It's not going to ward off evil. It's not going to power and protection against evil spirits. And it's not going to ward off bad luck. So don't even waste your time with it. I think that's ridiculous. And who made it up, I wonder? They didn't tell me that. But you're better off being a good person so good karma comes to you. And you're better off making right choices and don't going into places where the Spirit of God cannot go in with you. Because no unclean thing can enter therein. Like, bars and strip play, horrible places. Don't go in there. And then you won't have to worry about warding off evil. Okay. Maybe just say a prayer to have protection. That's what I do. But if you're an atheist, go ahead and wear the eye. Okay. Number 2. My sister, I was talking to her or texting. We usually just text. And I was saying how it's really hard for me to just sit and do nothing. Like sit and watch a movie, sit in church, sit in funerals, sit and just do nothing. And I look around at people when I have nothing, and I just start critiquing. Oh, they're wearing sandals in the winter. It's snow outside. Why are you wearing sandals? I don't even hear the speaker or anything going on. Or I'll think over there, why are they wearing boots in the summer? It's 100 degrees out there. Those are supposed to be for the rain. Oh, no. So my mind just wanders. But if I have something to do with my hands. I know one guy at church, he draws all the way through church. And people might look at him and think, oh, he's not even listening. Yes, you're listening better and you're concentrating better. When I'm like, I can play a game on my phone while the speaker's speaking and I'm listening to the speaker the whole time. But my mind, the second part of my mind is just doing this. But really, I'm not concentrating on this. I'm listening to the speaker. So don't judge people if you see them, drawing at church or, in fact, in my son's church, I went with him in Cameron, in his town, and there was a married couple. They were doing needlework in church. And I thought, oh, I wish I could have brought my crocheting. I could have got so much done crocheting while I listened to it. Because that's what I do every day, night of my life. If I'm watching TV, I have to do something with my hands. So I told my sister that, and she goes, do you suppose you have ADD? I looked it up. Attention Deficit Disorder. ADD. Maybe I do. At 69, I'm diagnosed by my sister that I have ADD. Well, I kind of like it then because I get everything done on my list. So, I don't think it's a bad thing if we have that. I'm a well-rounded person too, and I don't procrastinate one bit. Oh, I can't live procrastinating. I know a lot of people do. But like if I have a list or I have something bugging me that needs to be done, I can't do anything else till I get that done because it will not leave my mind. I don't understand procrastinators because I can't do it. If I got to give a talk at church or a lesson, or if I have to mail something and write a letter, I can't print it off. I got to do it right then. So I don't care if I have ADD. Maybe I'll have a little sign right here, ADD. Yes, I'm wearing my house dress, my moo-moo, my day gown. It's not my nightgown. And I'm wearing this new necklace that I got. It is the most beautiful thing. All the colors to match my dress. I love it. I will link it down below or beside so that you can get one too. It was $4. Totally worth it. And look what I did from Temu. I put the magnet thing on it, on the back, because I want this to be a pop on, pop off quickly. Like, oh great, I'm gonna be on film, and I can just pop it on. You have to get your hair out of the way. If you use the strong neoprene magnets, you wouldn't have to. You could go right through your hair. Because look, here's these rare earth magnets, and you have to slide them. And even then it's hard. And you cannot just pull them apart. And look how strong they are. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about what next. All right. Parker, one of my older grandchildren, I think he's 21, maybe he's 22, maybe he's 20. I don't know. I saw him be born. I wrote it down, but I don't memorize it. Okay, he was on a date last night, and I'm just laughing because he's gone on a lot of dates and liked a lot of girls, but none of them worked out. So now, instead of getting a girlfriend that lives somewhere else, he went on a date. I don't know if they're still going to date again, but he went on a date with a local girl that's Kinsey, his sister's friend. And I just had to laugh and laugh because, maybe don't look in other places, just stay in your backyard and you'll find somebody. And Connor, he's liking a girl too that's from here, even though he's in college and another town, and then she's here. So, and then they're both Kinsey's friends, and I told him, little did you know that when you were little and Kinsey was little that you'd be dating her friends. You should have been paying attention more. So who knows what will show up, but I just have to laugh because when they bring dates here, they do it a lot. Grant, all of them bring their dates to my house because there's nothing to do in town. We got more to do at my house than in town. They go up there, I think they play pool, and then they I don't know if they get in the hot tub too much, but the trampoline, the pool, the tree house, and the swimming pool. And guess what the other thing is that they love to do? He brought her in, knocked at the door, and he came in alone first. That was very polite, Parker. He won't ever hear this, but maybe his parents will. He came in first and said, Grandma, do you want to meet my date? Sure. And what was I doing? Sitting on my bed over there, and I didn't have a bowl, and I wanted a little bit of my sherbet, not sherbet, ice cream. And I'm sitting on my bed with a spoon, eating out of the sherbet ice cream. I wasn't going to eat that much. I just wanted a couple bites and I put it away. But I didn't have a bowl. And so here they walk in and I'm doing that. I said, oh, great, Parker. She's going to say, now I know why your grandma's fat. Sitting on the bed, eating her tub of ice cream. I had less bites then. I put it away. But anyway, he wanted to show her my closet. And I just had to laugh. Yes. Because not many people have a washer and dryer in their closet, and I think that's the trait, the shock of viewing my closet. No, it's not about how many shoes, purses, and clothes I have. It's the washer and dryer in there. Okay, next. I told you how Jamie and I demonstrated. If you haven't noticed, go look and subscribe right now before you go look and like. Because I am right at 5,590 subscribers. Remember, I was at 5,600 and I lost like 20 subscribers. I gained a few back, or they had to resubscribe. But get me, come on guys, subscribe. Get me back up there to 5,600. Because that is like I wasted all last week losing them just because I talked about, had the courage of my convictions. It's okay if you do that. So I was very sad to have the losing just because I spoke out of what I believe in. We have the freedoms to do that, and everybody doesn't think the same. And one lady, I didn't write her name down, I could look it up, but here's what she told me. Don't lose friendships today over two men who don't even know your names. So, you know the two men that don't know your names, and then you're not going to be friends with somebody because of that? Just think about that for once. It's very sad. So anyway, check your subscriptions and get me up over 5,600 again, like I was doing so good, and then a couple of stairs up, slide down, escalator down, so I'm back down again. Okay, I showed you this, like I said, you could go back and watch it, how Jamie and I made our handprint together in the bucket, and you hold your hand and you put it in and you make a mold and then you pour the plaster in and it dries fast, and it's a kit you buy on Amazon. Now if you buy it on Teemu, you're gonna have to buy several of them because they don't give you enough. They give you enough to do a baby's footprint in a bowl, not two hands in a bucket, so be careful of that. So anyway, I was gonna gold leaf it. I still might, but I don't think I need to, but I'll paint it gold, and then I'm going to see how it turns out. And if I don't like it, then I'll gold leaf it. But I don't think I need to because it's shiny. Now, when you do yours, if I had money, I'd buy another one. It's like $20. I would buy another kit and do it again because Jamie, he was like squishing my hand. And even when we were doing it, I didn't realize, but when we were doing it, I said, Jamie, you don't have to hold my hand so tightly. Well, because he was squishing it, look at all this. I look like, how old would that be? 120? Thanks, Jamie, ruining my hand. But look at the fingernails. I'd like to paint the fingernails a real pretty pink, but I won't. But anyway, I like it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then when I die and somebody gets it, they'll go, oh, look at how old she was. She must have made it last week. So we took our rings off, didn't have our rings on, and you can see where my ring had been, though. Right here, it's indented in. That's funny. So anyway, I'm going to put it up on his side up there because he needs reminded that he's still my husband and he loves me. I'm still kind of mad and holding it against him how when he went to Salt Lake overnight and everything, he never called me. I called him once and he was busy and he said, I'll call you back. And so my mother taught me, you don't call boys, you wait for them to call you. No, that's not why. But I thought, well, they probably went to the show because Andrea works at the theater, his daughter, and I thought, well, maybe they went to that show and he can't call me and I don't want to interrupt him. So I waited, and then it got to be after 10, and then I waited, then I thought, he forgot about me. And then when he came home, I was mad about this too. But it's just like him. He does it all the time. I didn't know he was home, and I was out in the gazebo and watering my flowers and stuff in the yard, and I didn't know he was home until I looked up, and there he is over at the raspberries watering them. I thought, he's home? I didn't know he was home. Why didn't he come and say hi to me? Anyway, that's him. He didn't come say hi and give me a hug. He didn't call me. I'm not crying. It was my nose itched, and you can't itch your nose on so you got to get a tissue and do it. Okay, so I guess his mind, like I told you, is on other things. He's not thinking, oh, I haven't even hugged my wife in 2 days, or I forgot to call her back, or she needs to know I'm home. Nothing. I got nothing. But it's true, because even when we were newlywed, pretty newly married, Jamie, here's a story for you. Jamie's previous wife's mother lived in town when we got married. She still lived in town. But she was getting older, so she sold her house and she moved in with her other daughter who lived in Boise at the time. And so they were adding a room on to this sister's house for his mother, his ex-mother. I guess she still is his mother-in-law. So they were going to pay him if he came and helped him. So he packed up and took his tools and he drove out there. And he was gone for like 2 weeks. And so, I could manage fine on my own because, I was single and everything. So it's no big deal. But I kept thinking when he gets home, he's going to be so happy to see me and hug me and can't wait for him to get home. And we probably talked a little on the phone. Although back then we didn't have cell phones, so maybe we didn't. But anyway, when he got home, there were several people at the house, and I thought, I'm going to get the biggest hug ever. Nope. He didn't even hardly look at me. He came in, and he started telling how thinks he had a stroke while he was there, or a seizure or something, because he was working so hard, and it was hot. It was probably a heat stroke or something. Anyway, he was telling all about that, and he still never did hug me. And I just was so disappointed. He didn't even miss me. But now I realize it doesn't have anything to do with me at all. It's just because he has a one-track mind. He was thinking, I got to tell everybody how I think I had a seizure. That's all he could think about, not me. So one lady said, all you do is get on here and complain about your family. No, I just wanted to tell that story. If you have that problem too with your husband just spacing things, thinking other things are more important. Okay, now I'm making this later in the day because I sewed this morning, and I didn't want to involve you in my sewing project because it would have been boring, noisy, and you wouldn't do it anyway. But remember how I told you I got this from Temu. And I love it because it's bigger, cosmetic bag. And I told you how the inside, though, was going to get all makeup-y, dirty. You know how they do. It's spillage in there, and you're like, oh, it's ugly now. And how I got the Temu packages bags. And I'll show you. And I cut them up and stitched it. And it works. So look inside. It's an all lined pocket, and I stitched it down, and then as I was stitching it, I thought, wait, I love it when they have a pocket inside to, sometimes you want to put dirty brushes in there and zip it up, or you want to put something separate so you don't lose it, your tweezers, and I'll show you. I've been using this makeup bag now, which looks like a doctor's bag. Remember in those old time shows, the doctor always had his medical bag? That's what this looks like. And it has a pocket, and I love this. But in the suitcase, it's going to be too bulky, whereas this will be flat. But I want to show you one other thing I did years ago, and it's perfect. This isn't it. Just a minute. I got to find the right thing. I grabbed the wrong thing. See, this is the time you would want to put it in that pocket. Okay, I got it. So I stitched a little pocket in here, and I cut it so I had the zipper from the baggie, and I can unzip it and then put stuff in there. So the sewing is not great because it was hard. I had to get inside the baggie to stitch the thing down, and it was hard to do, and I broke a needle, and so it was hard to do, but it came out okay. If I do another one, if you were going to do one, I would cut the bag completely open, sew the pocket on one side, and then stitch it all back together. That would be much easier. But this was the prototype. So I'm not going to load it up yet because I'm using my doctor's bag still. But you know how you get brushes, and I fixed all mine. and their handle is like this long, you know? And then you're like, why? It won't fit in here. Why did they have to make the handle so long? I hate that. And I had my favorite brush. That one's not it either. I'm trying to find one that is it. It's probably in my other bag. Here's one. So I had my favorite makeup brush. And so I took it to my husband's saw and I chop sawed all of them to be the short. So they will fit in my little makeup bags in my purse and everything. I don't need a handle this long, paintbrush handle, because you know how long, I don't have a visual aid, darn. You know how long paintbrush handles are. So just chop them off. And it's the perfect thing. It still fits your hand. And you can then put them in your shorter bags. So, I didn't know I was going to show you that feature. Okay, so then, yesterday when I was floating in my pool, I had one of the Temu bags, one of these frosted bags, and there's a hole in it right here. I put tape over it, and I put my crocheting in here, my phone, my book, my snack, my headphones, my charger, solar charger for my phone. Anyway, everything I need to take out to the pool, I put in here and zip it up, and they're pretty waterproof if you tape up the hole. But it's so long, and when I'm laying there, I'm like, you know, digging in here, and then when I want to float and I lay it over here, it's too long, and I thought, I'm just going to stitch the bottom and make it small. So I did. I stitched the bottom, and now everything still fits, but it isn't in the deep hole. So then I thought, wait, I need a pocket in it so that I don't have to open up the whole big bag when I just want to put my phone in a little one. So I cut the baggie and made a little pocket here so that I can put my phone in here or whatever I want that's handy. And it has the Ziploc. And then I left it open back here, which I wished I would have done on that one, but I already stitched it before I thought of it. Because then I have a slip pocket. I could put my snack in here. What else? Or my charger, or who knows. And then on this one, I can put my phone and secure it so it won't get wet. I haven't tried it yet. I'm excited though. I think it's going to be great. And I can stuff it in the side here and then still crochet on my floaty. Okay. Wanted to show you that. All right. I'm looking at my notes to see if I remembered anything else. Oh, Jamie's Dermatologist. I don't know how we got fouled up. I thought he was keeping track of the date. He thought I was keeping track of the date. Well, he told me it was Friday the 12th. In reality, it was Wednesday the 10th. And he was in Salt Lake, so he totally missed his dermatology appointment. So now he's going, oh, forget it, won't even go. But I'm going to have to call him and say, he was out of town, he forgot, and he was out of town. Could we make another appointment? Sorry. But they texted you to remind you of the date. And that was not a good idea. They need to confirm it in person. Or I need to get smarter. Something. Because we goofed. Okay. I wrote this number, 559. Oh, my subscribers. I thought it was $5.59. I was going to say buy it. Oh, and then I made the biggest mistake ever. I had a coupon yesterday, over the weekend or whatever. And it was, if I spent $100, I got $20 off. So last night I made my order, everything I wanted to buy, you know. It took me like 2 hours looking for stuff that wouldn't be a waste of money, something I could use, some important stuff. But I don't like to order at night. I want to wait till morning and then review it and look over. And sometimes I have to go take inventory in my closet to see, do I have a purple purse? Because, you know, I can't remember because of Teemu order, addiction. Okay, so I didn't push, send, process. So this morning I'm looking at it and I'm ready to process it, and it was 107 or 100, just over 103, just over 100, and I was going to get $20 off. So I went to look at the coupon. They expired last night. I was so mad. So then I'm thinking, how can I get another coupon? So then I'm researching all that and looking through and everything. And then I thought I got it. So in the meantime, I pushed the wrong button because I went back to see if the coupon is going to be there before. I pushed the wrong button and I ordered it without my coupon. So then there's a place you could go and cancel. But if you do that, they banned you 30 days or something from ever canceling again or something. There was some rule. I didn't like that. So, or returning anything or something. So I didn't do that, and I just went ahead with the order. And then after you place your order, then your coupons start over again for the next couple of days. You only get a few days with those coupons. And there's a lot of them to get $20 off 100. The problem is I don't want to spend another 100 to get $20 off. I had a hard enough time finding $103 of stuff to order. So now it sucks. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to tell you, if you're a Temu shopper, I have 2 phones. One's my business and one's my home. And so, when Teemu gives you all of these options and you play the game, and then you choose 2 free gifts, and then you make an order and you get them free, but you have to order from the pages they give you. Well, I did some comparison with 2 phones. Do it with your husband's phone sometime. If they're giving you pick only from this page, all of those prices are more money than if you would just go on the home site and order them. Every one of them's more money. So what they're doing is you think you're getting a deal because you got those 2 free gifts. Wrong. You're making it up on the other free stuff. So rarely are you ever getting anything for a really cheap price. Once in a while, the lightning deals, you'll find something like, I was going to get 4 glasses for $13 instead of $30, and I was excited. But by morning, it's gone, and then it's back up to the original price. And so, to me, I found out if you make it rash, order fast, you might get the good deal. But if you wait any at all, like on that swimming suit that's $7, better buy it now because it's going to be gone, and you're not going to get the deal. So they're tricking us they're smart. Those Chinese are smart. And this warehouse nonsense, I don't want to order from your warehouse and pay postage. $3 on a little jewelry item. Forget it. Now, some people tell me if you go over a certain amount, then you get free postage on the warehouse item. The problem is, I have found they have different vendors. You have to order from the same vendor all of the stuff to get the free shipping, or order from that vendor over $30 and then you get it. But then if you buy something else from another vendor, $2.99. So I'm not liking it. I won't order it because there's nothing I need that bad. Now, I got something I'm excited for. We have the Blackstone cooker out there. Guess what? I got a silicone cover for it for like $12. I'm real excited about that. Why did I tell you that? You'll see it when it comes. I think I might have an order at the post office. Now, somebody asked me about my children and whose children are their children. Who do my grandkids belong to? So I was going to get that picture down up there, but look. Can't reach it because it's against the wall. It's going to be an accident ready to happen. I have to stand up. I should have thought of this ahead of time and got it down ahead of time. Now this picture is like 6 years old, so the kids are all going to be bigger. All right. Here we go. Now. Okay, now all of my children don't care if I show this. I don't know if I can zoom in. Okay, wait, I'm gonna have to just get the picture closer, but I gotta remove all this. I have to remove this stuff or it'll fall off. And then I might break something like I'm really good at doing. All right, just bear with me. I have to move these other visual aids. Okay. I need a pointer stick. All right. I'll stand up. And I'll zoom in. Now, people have changed. It won't zoom. Okay. If you can't zoom, you gotta. Oh, look, you caught the vision of the piece of bread right here, the white bread with the crust around it. Horrible. I told about that on a different show. Okay. Close up. All right. First, I have Sean. My oldest child is Chad. Now he's a lot thinner now. Okay, and he has 4 kids. Craig, Autumn is the next one. She has the 2 children, Ezra and Emma. Brianna, who is engaged to Christian, and Carmen, the baby, but now she's 20 and has her own apartment, own house, own apartment, own house. Okay, then we come to Cameron in Salem, Oregon. I had Chad first, then Cameron. And he married Jenna Lynn. I need to come down a little. Okay. Now, Cameron has 3 boys. Ethan, who's in Spain on a mission, and he has Colin over here and Ashton, but now they're taller than him. And then she has 3 kids. Daniel, Nathan, and Ashley. Oh, here she is over here. Ashley. But now they're all grown and tall as them. They don't have little children anymore. All right, then we have, I gotta move this down because it's easier to do that than move the picture. Oh, get out of here. Okay. Then we have Trevor, which you know Trevor. He's lost weight. And Misty. Now here's their first child, Parker, then Connor, then Kinsey. She's taller now. Grant, he's taller. Brooklyn, Elf. This is Brooklyn the Elf. And then London, and then little Brinley. So they have 7 children. There's their family. Then we have Jamie and I. Okay. Then Tyson is my next one. And he's married to Cindy. And Tyson has 4 kids. Caitlin, Angela, she just got married. Veda, and Henry. Henry, where are you? Where's Henry? Is he sitting? No, just a minute. I know Henry was there. I'm looking at it backwards. Oh, he's right here. Henry, dark hair. He looks like his dad, but these are all tall as their dad now too. And then Cindy had Logan and Addie. And she's graduating next year, I think, and looking for colleges. He graduated this year, and Henry graduated this year. Okay, then my girls. Okay, that was Jeff's husband, Buchanan. So then I divorced him. He divorced me, whatever. I divorced him. And then I got with Foster, this is my daughter Emily and Hillary, the blonde girls. Not like me. Their dad was blonde. And Emily married Todd. Todd with 1 D. Now Jamie has Todd with 2 Ds. All right. And they had Peyton, who he graduated this year. Carson. Ellie, who's the same age as Macy. And then Jackson. So that's their 4. And then we have Hillary. She married Levi. And they had Ari, Kyler, Macy, right down here, her little face. And she was pregnant with Credence in that picture. Now, my family all came one summer, 7 years ago, and we had this picture taken. Just by setting the timer, one person, and then running back to the crowd and snapping the picture. So it's not very professional. And I told everybody to wear plain colors, but they didn't follow my instructions. But anyway, Jamie's son Todd lives in St. George. And then we have Clint, Stephanie, and Andrea. They never got married. They never had children. And none of his kids came to the reunion. And I'm not supposed to show it. Oh, great. Some pictures fell off. I had 2 more pictures here. Oh, no, here they are. I'm not supposed to show them because they don't want to be on my Facebook channel. But these are Jamie's grandchildren. And you've seen Evie. She's the one who made the cake. And Bella, that was her birthday that she made the cake for. And Andrew, and he's on a mission in Washington. And Elise, and she's married. So these are his 4 posterity. And this is the rest of mine. Okay, so here's our joke. It might not be very funny to some of you, but I'm going to tell you my joke. For years there, I just kept having like, oh, I have 3 grandchildren due born this year. I got more. And then Jamie, his kids aren't getting married and having kids, except for Todd. So anyway, the joke was, we always told everybody, I can't keep my kids out of bed with each other, and he can't get his kids in bed with anybody. So that was the joke. I still think it's pretty funny because mine reproduce like rabbits and his just didn't even, they still aren't married. Just Todd's the only married one. Luckily, the other 3 don't have kids because they're not married. They never did get married. Now, will Andrea, Stephanie died, of course, but will Andrea and Clint ever get married and have kids? We don't know. How old are they now? I don't know. No, Andrea is like a little older than Chad, my oldest. And then, because so legally, if it went, Jamie could be a great-grandfather too. But he doesn't have grandchildren that old. Well, Elise is married. She could have a baby, but she probably won't right away because she's going to college. But then, both of our youngest grandchildren are 7. Bella and Credence are both 7. So we're not getting any more grandchildren. It'll have to be great-grandchildren because, oh, we better go back to the picture and I'll tell you who's fixed. No, I won't tell you. I think most of them are. But anyway, we're not getting any more grandkids. So, unless Clint got married to some young chick and she had more, that's a possibility. Andrea's Chad's age. She can't have any more. She'd be 50. And then Clint he's older than Emily and Hillary. And how old's Emily? I'm 69, 79, 89. No, 69, 59, 49, 39. Emily's 39, I think. So Clint is older than that. So he's in his 40s. And I don't think he wants to get married because when you marry somebody, you got to share everything you have. And you have to give of yourself, and invite someone in and probably get electricity. Although I have heard of some women that like to live off the land too. But he probably needs to advertise that one to find somebody. But anyway, this is the only thing you get to take with you when you die. Not the picture, but the people. And these people, even as imperfect as they and I am, I love them all very much. I'd stand in front of a bullet to protect them. It's true. More when they were babies. Now, I might stand behind you, Chad, because you have a gun, or Cameron, because, you're better at a gun than me. Okay. I'm talking about if an intruder came in the house, and actually I would just feed him probably. You can't say what you would do unless you were in that situation. And it would depend on who and what type of person came into the house. Which, when I was here alone, Parker had spent the night too, but he lives here. But when Jamie was gone, before it got dark, I went around and I locked every door. Because, I don't want to have to lay in bed and go, did I hear something? Oh no, what happened? What is it? And so I locked everything for peace of mind. And then he came home. And of course I didn't know he was home. But anyway, he went in, tried to go into the kitchen door down there, and it was locked. And I heard him swearing so bad. And sorry, he goes, why'd you lock all the doors? Because I was here alone. He doesn't understand that. There's nothing to be scared of. You didn't need to lock all the doors. but I will still do it. He's not going to change me. If I'm here alone, I'm locking all the doors. Some people keep their doors locked during the day when they're there alone. You know, my sister does. She keeps her door locked, but she lives in Salt Lake. But it just gives you peace of mind. All right, that's it for today. So I'm going to say goodbye now. So give me a like,